What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Daddy Fino Flash Podcast, featuring your homies. Obviously, me, Daddy Fino, Bay, and of course, my co-host, the one and only JT Flash. JT, say what's up to the people.
Hey,
How you doing, JT?
pretty good, pretty good. It's NBA Finals start this week, so pretty excited. How about yourself?
Man, I'm a little down, man. I gotta say, I'm a little down. It's although it's NBA Finals, it's not the matchup I wanted. I gotta say, I
Yeah,
wanted to see the Bucks.
some
I,
things, that's just not in the cards. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just that opportunity to have Giannis. Giannis versus KD, or just to see if Giannis could be that number one player in the world. He's gonna win MVP, hopefully.
Well, then, you might be disappointed on two fronts because, you know, at least game one, you're not going to see KD at all, according to Steve Kerr. So it's a
Yeah,
it's a
and
KD-less, Giannis-less finals.
yeah, it's looking like KD may not even play the first two games, honestly. Um, but we'll see how that goes. I mean. But we gotta talk about what it is. It is the Toronto Raptors versus the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. Toronto just beat the Milwaukee Bucks, winning four straight games. They won Game 6, and I mean, what do you think about Toronto, man? You think they're a threat?
Well, before I get into that, I think we both need to eat a little crow because on a previous episode, you and I didn't give Toronto a chance to even be in the finals.
Man, why you remind me of that shit? I was like, I was really feeling down, and now I'm feeling even worse.
Well, I mean, I just think it needs to be said because, if there were some Toronto fans listening or people rooting for Toronto, I'll say it. Sorry, I was wrong. Uh,
I'm never wrong. Fuck
they got
that.
they got to the finals and they did it in a dominating fashion. But now back to your question. You said, do they have a chance? I want to say they have a chance, but it's not a very good one. I feel like if Kevin Durant plays, they have a better chance of winning because the pace will be slowed down. The more time Kevin Durant sits out, I think the Toronto Raptors are in trouble because of how fast-paced the Warriors can play without Kevin Durant on the floor and how many points they can score in bunches. Because no disrespect to Kevin Durant can score. He's the best offensive player in the NBA by far.
Oh yeah, that's not even a question. Not even a question.
With that being said, no disrespect to him, he's not the shooters Clay and Steph are, and those guys, when they're hot, they just can go on a roll, like you saw with Steph Curry in the Portland series. Towards the end of the Houston series, he can score some points quickly on few shots. So where Toronto has, they have Kawhi Leonard, who's by far the best defensive player in the league. Kawhi, I think Kawhi can guard Steph. Could guard Steph. If KD didn't play. I don't know if he's did it before. I can't remember. Maybe you do. When they played, when he was on the Spurs and they played the Warriors, if he had actually gone out there and guarded Steph Curry or not.
He did. If I remember right, I believe he did. He didn't guard him like the whole game or anything, but he did definitely on key plays. He definitely did. I mean, last time he played them, we all know there it was what the 23-point lead, and then Zaza did the cheap shot,
Mr.
and Kawhi goes down, and then but they won that game and then went on to sweep the Spurs. It was the last time we saw Kawhi against the Warriors in a playoff series. Um, I mean, they played. He didn't play last year, so he played them once this year because I think one of the games he was out or whatever. And they did win that game. Uh, so Kawhi Kawhi's going to be a big factor in that game. I think that I'm actually not sure who he's actually going to defend in this series because, I mean, if Durant's not playing, a lot of people would say, all right, well, that means you got to put him on Steph. But I don't know if that's the right move, to be honest. I mean, I think, Kawhi's already hurt. That's obvious. The man's limping all over the fucking place. He's still balling, but I don't know if I want to have him waste energy running around Steph because we both know, KD ain't playing. They gonna be running. You know what I mean? They running all over the place, running around screens and running up down the court. They're gonna run to the house, get something to drink, come back, and just, they running. So I don't know if I want to put Kawhi through that, but at the same time, Kawhi's gonna have to guard either Steph or Clay, and if I'm gonna pick one, I'll probably pick him on. I would actually put him on Clay. Clay is going to run around screens, but Clay doesn't have the handle or anything to get away from Kawhi. So if Clay gets the ball, I mean, Clay's going to have to pass it up. I don't see Clay trying to, boom, 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 crossover, get to the lane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that.
Okay, so to me, and a lot of people have already said this, and I'm just agreeing with them, and the people I'm talking about are on Sports and or whatever. To me, unless you're blocking Curry and Clay's shots, it's going to be damn near impossible for the Golden State or for the Toronto Raptors to win this series. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that statement. A couple of people have said that, but I just thought I'd throw it out there.
What do you mean? As far as you mean just getting in their face, or you mean actually just blocking shots? Because I mean,
okay, so not to quote Stephen A. Smith, but he said, there are guys that can shoot, and then there are shooters, and basically he was saying, shooters. It doesn't matter if you have a hand in their face or not. They're gonna score basically, and that's what Steph and Clay are. And I don't think, I think you can be uptight on them. I think you can play back on them. It's not gonna matter if they're on. They're on, and they're just hard to stop when they're like that.
That's definitely true. I mean, we saw that. We saw what Steph's been doing since KD's been out. I mean, the man's he dropped like 36 every game against Portland. It's like with like 8 threes or 7 threes. He just every game he had a shit ton of threes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get that. I do get that point. I mean, but I think they can be stopped. I think you can. Well, not stopped. Let me change that. You can disrupt them if you have a focus on it. I mean, you got to have one thing that's going to have to happen. Toronto's big men, they're going to have to step up defensively on the perimeter. You're going to have Siakam, for example, when he's guarding against the pick and roll, he's going to have to step up on Steph or on Clay because they're going to be going around that pick and trying to just take that shot, So obviously he ain't going to block it every time. And obviously Steph and Clay ain't going to miss all the time. But as long as you put a hand in their face, make it a little tough for them or tougher, you know, they have a shot. It's gonna be interesting, how they play defense against these guys because it's for example like Marcus Saul. Marcus Saul's up in age. I don't know how old he is, but I know he got to be at least 35, maybe. I don't know. He's still a good player, really good player, but defensively, he's more of a defender in the post. But on the perimeter, that's going to be a big weakness. And Kawhi can't guard everybody. They don't have five Kawhis on the team. And then another thing is Kyle Lowry. The man, he's known as a bulldog and stuff, but he's small. We all know he ain't stopping Steph Curry.
No, not. I mean, not even. And he's he's up there. I mean, he's got to be close to the same age as Marcus Saul. I think. I think Marcus Saul is actually 34.
Okay. Well, Lowry's not that old. Lowry's got to be. Lowry, I want to say he got to be like late 20s. At most, he's 30.
Okay, but I mean, yeah, he's still not gonna do. No, he's 33. Kyle Lowry is 33.
He's 33? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I would have never guessed that. Well, shit. I mean, well, even still, I mean, he's still a good defender. He's not great or anything, but he can do some damage. I mean, I don't see him manning up against Steph and saying I'm gonna take him out. Steph just gonna shoot.
Oh well, no, I don't think so either. And Kyle, and even if he did in one game, I think no one would disagree with me in saying Kyle Lowry at times have been an inconsistent player. So.
Oh no! Correct yourself. He's terrible.
But so let's say he gets in one game, it's not going to be for 7 straight, or however many it would take for them to win the series.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and this may be a key factor though. The Raptors do have home field advantage, or not home field, but they have home court advantage in the series. They'll have the first 2 at home, then they'll have game 5, and then they'll have a potential game 7. So that can, that everyone knows that role players play better at home. So, and definitely how the Raptors have been playing great on the road. I mean, not on the road. How great the Raptors' depth have been playing lately. Both home and away, as you saw what they did against the Bucks. Guys like oh crap! My mind just went blank. But
you mean like Drake? Like is the 6 man, ultimate 6 man, Drake, the new mascot.
Well, I mean, hey, Drake might be a key factor in the series. I mean, he's either gonna piss off fucking Steph Curry and Clay, or he's gonna help them win. You never know.
I'm gonna go with he doesn't affect Steph Curry and Clay.
I'm gonna say he does, but in a positive way.
Yeah, like piss him off, and then like start making shots and turn around talking to him, John back.
Sort of like when who was it? Was it Kevin Hart that pissed off Dwayne Wade?
Yeah.
Wade went off in the fourth quarter to beat Philly. That shit was hilarious. Oh man, he should have turned around to Kevin Hart and said, "What now, bitch? What now? What now?"
But yeah, I mean Toronto's as a team has played a lot better than I thought. At least that I thought they would in this playoffs. So it'll be interesting. I think you could say their bench is better than Golden State's bench, although Golden State's bench has come through a couple times in the playoffs so far.
Well, these last 5 games, they definitely stepped up, but, when Toronto, when they got this bench, you got Van Fleet, you got Ibaka, Norman Powell. These guys have been stepping up. Definitely Van Fleet. Ever since he had that kid, I don't know what the hell happened to him, but the man just been on fire. What was it, Game 6 that he went 7 for 9 to win? No, wait, it was Game 5. It was Game 5.
Five.
Game 5, man, shot 7 of 9 threes. It's like, come on now. You can't. I mean, that's basically making that team like close to unbeatable. They're just, unfortunately, they're just playing a team that might be unbeatable in a 7-game series. Definitely if Kevin Durant comes back, Uh,
Yeah,
do you think do you think Durant's coming back, by the way?
I don't know. It depends on what kind of. They're saying it was his calf, right, when he first went down. I knew it was a leg injury. I didn't. Were they saying it was a calf or is it his Achilles?
So, all right, the official word, and I'm putting quotations around official, is it's his calf. Now, the unofficial word, and basically what everyone in the world else is saying besides the Golden State Warriors, is that it's his Achilles. The man hasn't even touched the basketball since that game. Thursday is the first game of the finals. He's already been ruled out, but he hasn't even touched the basketball. I think game 2 is possibly maybe Saturday. So he may play Saturday, but I doubt it. I mean, honestly, the only way I see him playing, well, I definitely see him playing. Let me change what I was about to say. I think he's definitely gonna play, and because you don't want to win the series and then get a championship, but you didn't play in the finals. You know what I mean? He's still gonna get credit for winning 3 rings, but he didn't play. If he doesn't play, then I mean, it's like, does that actually really count? You know what I mean? And I don't know. I see him coming back at least possibly. I'm gonna say game 3, depending on the series.
And what's wrong with Kawhi Leonard? I mean, I know he's been limping too.
Well, no one fucking knows.
It's another mystery injury of his, it seems.
Pretty much. If I don't know if it's his back, if it's his leg again, if it's his foot, if it's his mind. I mean, I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, you can see that it's affecting him, but he's playing through it. I mean, he's basically having his flu game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I mean, he's still balling. His numbers are down a little bit as far as scoring, his points wise, I should say. Because I mean, he was dropping like 30, 40 against Philly, and then the early games against Milwaukee. But then later on, his numbers went down, but he at least stepped up on the other side of the ball. Defensively, I mean, I don't know if it was adrenaline. He took a shot, and like the cortisone shot or something, and he didn't feel no pain. I don't know what it was, but I mean, I gotta give him credit. He's fighting through it, and he took this team to the NBA Finals for the first time.
Well, to answer your question, and you had answered it also, does Kevin Durant play? I think if he can play, he definitely will play. I don't think it's – I would never question Kevin Durant's competitiveness. So I think he would be definitely out there playing. But my question is, and you brought up a good point, if they win without him really playing, I mean, let's say he does play and he plays one game and he plays well, but it's not till game, let's say 5, he can actually play. Are we still going to count that? I mean, let's say they win game 6, okay? And he doesn't play till game 5. But all their other wins up to that point, they're blowouts without him. I mean, are you still going to say it counts if he plays?
So are we saying like are you saying like it's Warriors are up, let's say, because you said game 5, so let's say the Warriors are up 3-1 or something. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And they happen to win 4-1 or 5, game 5.
Well, I would say this. I mean, if he plays well in that game, let's say it's a close game, they're down 1 or 2 points or whatever. He dropped about 20 points and he hits like the game winner or something. I mean, I'm gonna give him credit. I wouldn't give him all the credit, obviously. He won't be Finals MVP or anything, but if he hits the game-winning shot to win the Finals or something, or even let's just say he don't even hit the game winner or anything. Let's just say it's his first game back and Kevin Durant just looks like Kevin Durant. He drops 50 or something, or 40, or just has a Kevin Durant game. In the closeout game, you got to give him credit. I mean, obviously he didn't get the first 3, but I mean, the man dropped 30 or 40 or 50. It had a Kevin Durant game. Pretty much what people are going to say, well, they probably would have just swept them. You know what I mean? Like, that's all.
Well, my thing is, I don't think you can, and this is, again, my opinion, but I don't think you can just brush out the fact that, to me at least, when Kevin Durant went down, it seemed like the Warriors had an easier time beating the Rockets. I think they were going to win the series regardless, but it looked like
I was just about to ask you that. I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Easier time regardless without him on the floor. And then obviously through the Portland series, they won. I mean, they swept their opponent, which to me, I don't know. I can't remember a time where that ever happened in a Western or Eastern Conference final where somebody got swept and a player was that dominant. I mean, there wasn't a time, obviously, because Steph Curry is the first in that span of games to score that many points. But to me, it's hard envisioning who we decide is the best and want to crown the best offensive player him not being on the floor, making a case where he matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, that's understandable. I can't argue against that. I mean, we both agree that they would have won that series against Houston anyway. Although I also agree that it did seem a little easier, and it's probably seemed easier because of the play style. They basically Houston tries to play a game like the Warriors, and I say try to because they fail miserably at it. It's mostly just give Harden the ball, let him do some moves. He gets, if he gets doubled or anything, they'll do the pick and roll to Capella, or he'll drive and pass out. That's all it is. Versus the Warriors, where it's like a motion offense, where pretty much they hit 20,000 picks per possession.
Yeah.
And you got to hope to God that, you can stick with Clay or Steph for 24 seconds. That's pretty much all you have to do. And I say all you have to do like it's easy, but obviously it's not. It's easier for them because when Durant's on the court, we all see it. Durant goes to the post. Chances are he'll have Harden on him, or he had PJ Tucker on him, and it'll just be an ISO. If they dare, they can't, double team him in the post, because if they try, all Kevin Durant got to do is pass it out to Steph or Clay, and boom. Or you can pass it to Iggy, boom. Draymond, boom. Like, it doesn't matter. So it's a slower pace. If they play fast, they beat anybody. They play slow, they can beat anybody. It's just a little bit tougher for them because they would rather run. So that's the one good thing about this series against the Raptors is if Kevin Durant is out, they're going to be able to run. And since Toronto likes to play that slow style, and I don't believe they have players that can keep up with the Warriors, that's going to make it really hard for them to defend that. I don't see how they can. We'll get into our predictions in a few, but
Well,
it's just going to be tough.
let me ask you this. What do you think the Raptors have going for them? Because I think anybody who's watched basketball over the past – they've made it to the finals. This will be their 5th trip to the finals. So if you've watched basketball at all in the past 5 years, I think you know what Golden State's about. We know what their strengths are. What do you think the Raptors have going for them?
Well, all right. So their strength is their ability to slow the ball down. You have a guy like Kawhi who can get to his spots pretty damn easy. He doesn't shoot many threes, although he can knock them down. He's mostly a pull-up guy who, he can drive it on you. He's pretty strong, about 6'8", got long arms, big hands. He can just grab the ball and just grip it and get to pretty much any spot. He'll post you up or he'll shoot it over you. But they also got the big men down low. Like I mentioned before, Marcus Gasol. You got Siakam, who's going to be the key player in the series for the Raptors. If Siakam balls out, they can make this a series. I don't think Kawhi's going to be able to do it alone. Their weak point is going to be Kyle Lowry, but, he's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to basically do what he did against the Bucks. He went off against the Bucks. I feel, though, that Golden State is a better defensive team, although stats say that the Bucks were one of the best defensive teams in the league. They're still young and inexperienced, so you can't compare them to the Warriors' defense. You got Clay, you got Iggy, you got Draymond, who can they play great team basketball on the defensive side. Even Steph, who he can't guard you one-on-one, but what he does, he's pretty damn smart, and he's more of that help defender. So that's where he gets a lot of his steals and stuff like that, because he's just like a gnat that picks at you when you get the ball, whether it be in the post or wherever. Even Looney stepped up defensively. So the strengths for, the other strengths for the Raptors that could kind of counteract that is their bench. They have the better bench, and they got a lot of scorers off their bench. There's a name that I don't think he's really played that much, but Jeremy Lin. If maybe Jeremy Lin got some more minutes or something, we all know about Linsanity, what he did in New York.
He hasn't been Linsanity in years. Come on.
I know he hasn't, but hey, what a perfect time to be Linsanity. You know what I mean?
Linsanity was a phase. That was a phase. It's past.
Toronto's gonna need to score. They're gonna have to slow the game down.
I won't disagree with you there. They will need to score. But.
They either gonna have to slow it down and keep the game to like 94-90. You know what I mean? Like that type of score. Because if it goes over 100, they lose it.
I don't think
they keep it in the low 90s. They got a shot. Well, what about you? What you think?
Well, I agree with most of what you just said, except you brought up the fact that Kawhi Leonard can shoot threes. I think it's we need to realize that he shot terrible from three-point range this entire playoffs.
Well, just real quick. Yeah. Okay, yes, he has shot terribly from three. But it's not like – I'm not saying he's a shooter. But I'm just saying if Kawhi, he could hit the step-back three. He'll knock down open threes. A lot of those threes that he was missing, he was probably forcing more than and just just shooting it.
Right.
It was But go ahead.
I think if Kawhi is healthy, and he plays Kawhi's game, not only offensively but especially defensively on whatever assignment he's on, I think that is going to be a key. And also, I didn't hear you really mention it, but they have a lot of length, the Raptors. And I said it earlier, and I'm not trying to contradict myself because I said I agree with basically there are shooters and guys who can shoot, but length does affect shooters. They can get a piece of the balls that's in the air, or get in the face, an arm up, anything. They have a lot of length. And I agree with everything you said about them being able to kind of slow down the pace, at least on their end of the floor. So it'll be I agree with you. It'll be interesting to see how, because I think they're going to have to be aggressive and use their game plan aggressively against Golden State if they want to have any kind of chance. They have to dictate the pace of this game from game one of the series to however long it's going to go. If they try to let Golden State do its thing or, play Golden State's game, they don't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, and the key factor, I mentioned my key factor for the Raptors being Siakam. If he can dominate the post, get some boards, play great on defense, I mean, they could definitely win this series if he goes off, because I think we both know, or are pretty sure at least, that Kawhi's going to do his thing. I don't think I have any worries about Kawhi. I have questions about Lowry and even Marcus Gasol on the defensive end. Not so much on the offensive end. I know Mark is going to do his thing on offense because he is a force. But Siakam's the key for the Raptors. And for the Warriors, I mean, the key player for me, and reason I think, well, I'm not going to say that, but the reason I think the Warriors could win is Draymond Green. I think Draymond is the key person that's going to, outdo the Raptors in as far as, the Raptors are going to try to probably slow it down. So it's going to be Draymond's job. In my opinion, he gets that board. It's time for him to go. If he goes, the Warriors are going to move and they're going to score and they're going to get buckets. They're going to shoot, the fast break threes. You're going to have Steph shooting from 58 feet. You're going to go up to the stands, get some popcorn, shoot a three from there. That's all going to be based on Draymond. And, I think there's a big chance that although everyone's going to believe, that the Warriors win, Steph is going to be MVP. I'm here to tell you today that I don't think Steph is going to be MVP. I want him to be MVP because I think he got robbed in 2015 when they first won. But I'm going to tell you right now, my bold prediction, Draymond Green will be the MVP of this finals.
Well, I disagree.
Of course you do. Because you don't know what's wrong. You don't know. Of course. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If the Warriors win, especially if Kevin Durant plays a limited number of games, everybody's going to point to what Steph – and I understand Draymond Green's playing great. He played great in the Portland series. He's played really great throughout the whole playoffs as a whole. But people are going to point to what Steph did when KD went down. They're going to point to his explosion against the Blazers. And he's going to have some explosive moments this series. So I think all that is going to – even though Draymond is going to be what you say, like pretty much the spark plug for the team, the life force that gets them going, it's going to be overshadowed by what Steph has done And I think if they win, he will get MVP. I think Draymond gets overlooked.
Well, look, let's not forget, 2016 when the Cavs, overcame the Warriors and they came back from 3-1. Draymond Green was winning that. He was going to win the Finals MVP. That was a lock.
For what though? I mean, he got lucky. He didn't get suspended before that.
First off, he should have never got suspended. Okay, that was bullshit by the league. They wanted LeBron to win the championship for Cleveland. Okay, that's why Cleveland's been getting the number one pick for like the last 20 years. Okay, I don't know what Cleveland has on the NBA. I think they got some dirt because they get the number one pick like every damn year. I was shocked they didn't get it.
They have him on camera. Listen, we talked about this a few episodes back. Draymond, I like his attitude, I like his play, but in the series before that against the Thunder, he should have been suspended.
Okay, wait. Well, he accidentally kicked Steven Adams.
It wasn't an accident. Go back
and
watch the tape.
Watch the tape. Fine. I'll give you that. He kicked him in the nuts. Okay, fine. But when another man steps over you, okay, and put his balls in your face, and
are we talking about LeBron?
Yes, LeBron stepped over him, put his nuts in his face, okay, and like made a gesture like, yeah, like, well, yeah, bitch, like I got you or whatever, he made that face, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like Draymond even made contact. He didn't even touch LeBron. He missed. Like that's what like
trying
that's
to get him though.
Who cares?
See his leg. You can see his leg trying to get LeBron. Listen, if you take those two series away, that's kind of what marks him as a dirty player. But if you take those away, I don't agree he's a dirty player.
Bro, we can go back in history. If Tyronn Lue, when he got stepped over Allen Iverson, had gotten up and punched AI in the face, that would have been a respect, and he should not have got suspended if he had did that.
Trying to kick somebody trying to physically hurt somebody is going to get you suspended. And as an NBA player, settle it off the court. Then deal with it off the court.
Bro, all right, look. In the NBA game, if we about to fight and I push you, I don't get suspended. But if I try to make contact with the back of my hand and I completely miss, okay, I didn't touch you, I get suspended, but I can push you. So if he had got up and just pushed LeBron, he wouldn't have got suspended. But because he flung his hand at LeBron after he got stepped over and LeBron put his nuts in his face, he gets suspended. Like, come on.
You tried to kick him, bro. Look, watch the tape.
No, he didn't try to kick LeBron. What do you mean?
Bro, I'll pull up the tape right now and tell you. I'm pretty sure he tried to hit LeBron in his nuts.
Pull up the tape. Pull up the tape right now. Type it in YouTube right now. Go ahead.
All right.
I'll wait. Our viewers will be listening. I know they agree with me because that's bullshit.
Let's see here.
LeBron is lucky that Draymond didn't get up and punch him in his fucking face.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I probably typed in Draymond kicks, and the second option was LeBron James. I'm just telling you that. And then the first video that comes up is Draymond Green hits LeBron James, and in all caps, the next three words are "in the nuts." Game 4. Okay, I'm gonna watch. I'm watching the highlights.
Bro, play that shit louder. I want to hear it.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, God damn.
Okay. So.
You about to make me pull this shit up myself.
All right, so I'll agree with you. He didn't kick him in the nuts, but he kind of swatted near them.
He swatted near it and completely missed.
Okay, he missed, but he still was trying. He was still trying to do something. I'm not. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think if somebody was doing that to me, that I wouldn't try something like that either.
Bro, LeBron basically hit Draymond in the face with his nuts. Like, basically.
But yeah, he stepped over him. He didn't have to step over him.
Bro, if Draymond had sniffed, he'd be sniffing LeBron's nuts. Like, that's how close they were.
All right. Well, but still, okay. I think why he got suspended had to do also with the previous series where I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with why the reasoning they suspended him. I'm just saying it was bullshit in the first place. Should have never got suspended, and they would have won Game 5. But it doesn't.
You can't say I understand and say I disagree.
All I'm saying is this: Draymond Green would have won the Finals MVP, and now it's redemption time. And Draymond Green, bold prediction, is going to be the Finals MVP of the NBA Finals 2019. And while we're making predictions,
it's a bold prediction.
I want you to make your prediction for the NBA Finals this year. Go.
I'm going to go with Warriors 4-2. Game
Warriors
6.
4-2. Why?
As I just don't see anybody on the Raptors stopping Stephen Clay after they or even scoring with Stephen Clay or doing anything to disrupt Stephen Clay through a 7-game series. And I think it's going to take 6 games for them to do it. I don't care if Durant comes back. Kevin Durant probably isn't coming back till at least Game 3, as it's been reported. And even then, that I just don't see it happening. Even though, the Raptors, we went through all their strengths. It's still not enough. I think the Warriors win in 6.
All right. Well, I was going back and forth with this. I was originally thinking 6, but I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go Warriors in 5. And the only reason – actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to say Warriors in 5. So I want to say a couple of days ago, I was thinking about it, and Raptors are home at Game 1. I was thinking, all right, I think Warriors are going to lose Game 1. I think Raptors are going to shock the world and win Game 1 and steal it, even though technically it's not a steal because they're home. But you know what? I'm going to say fuck that. Warriors win Game 1. They'll win Game 2. Kevin Durant returns Game 3. The Raptors will win the game that Kevin Durant returns. And then the Warriors will say, all right, fuck that. Let me just stop playing around. They're going to win 4 and 5 and win it. They'll win it in Toronto, in Drake's face. Shout out to Drake because that's my favorite artist of all time. Sorry, Drake, but I have no choice. You're going to have to lose the series. I know you're listening.
Aubrey Graham.
Don't ever disrespect.
Call him by his name.
Don't ever disrespect Drake in front of me. I will smack you like Draymond should have smacked LeBron. Okay?
Just call him after he loses, he'll be Aubrey Graham.
No, he's going to always be Drake, and you will call him that.
I won't.
King YOLO, okay? You call him that. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to pick the Warriors in 5. Draymond Green, Finals MVP. Who's your Finals MVP? You going with who?
Steph Curry. Yeah, you can't deny what he's done to get him here. We crown Kevin Durant as the best offensive player, yet Steph Curry's going off.
We can't forget that Steph Curry is a 2-time MVP. The man led the league in scoring. He's a countless time first team All NBA. He hasn't been forgotten, but I think that people just got to remember the Warriors are deadly without KD, just as they are with him. They're what was the rec? I think they're 30-1 without KD. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. But whether he's on the court or not, the Warriors are they're too good. I'll be shocked if anyone really has the Raptors winning this series, but I'm sure someone will. I, I bet you right now someone's betting in Vegas that the Raptors win.
And with the way our predictions went, they'll probably win the odds in their favor.
I don't care what you say. I was so right. I'm never wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never wrong.
Well, I hope,
I don't even care.
Your Honor, I'm never wrong. Yeah, I hope that never happens.
Fuck Giannis, okay? Fuck Giannis.
All right.
He screwed me, okay? He screwed me. I picked the Bucks to go to the finals before the season. They weren't even supposed to be this good. I was the only one that predicted it. Me and Chris Broussard. So actually, shout out to Chris Broussard. I know he's listening too.
You two are the only one. Come on.
Look, they're the only ones that's on record picking the Bucks to go to the finals before the season.
Where's the tape of you saying it?
I have proof. You can ask Slim. You can ask Ray. You can ask Christian. For those that don't know, those are some of my brothers. Okay. They know I said this. Okay. So I actually have people that are witnesses to me saying this. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That was our NBA Finals preview. I got Warriors in 5. You got Warriors in 6. You got Steph as the Finals MVP. I'm gonna have Draymond as the Finals MVP. Let's see. You got KD coming back. What, Game 3? You said?
Yeah.
I'm also have KD coming back Game 3, which is the first game in Golden State. Let's see. I think, we pretty much covered it all. We didn't mention DeMarcus Cousins, but it's all good.
Yeah, Boogie, I think he was reported he was scrimmaging. I think I read that today.
He'll probably come off the bench for Game 1 and for the rest of the series. I don't see him starting at all.
I know that's important for you that he plays some. So,
well, as a former Sacramento King and me being a Sacramento King fan, I'm going to be happy for him to get his first ring. I wish it was with us, but whatever. We're going to get our ring soon, so I'm not really worried about it. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley, Henry Giles.
All right, that wasn't a shout out for the Kings. That wasn't room for you to bring up the Kings. All right, we're talking about the NBA Finals. The Kings haven't made the playoffs in over a decade.
You know what? We're gonna end the show right here. We ain't gonna talk about that shit no more. Just to let everyone know before we do officially end the show, we have some big news coming out pretty soon for you all. So be on the lookout for that. Major announcements. And that's going to be...
We got Aubrey. We got Aubrey coming on the show.
JP, I'm telling you, smack you like Draymond. I'm telling you.
Draymond's never smacked anyone. Let's get that straight.
No, I'll kick you in the nuts like Draymond.
All right.
Anyway, we got some major things to show you guys coming soon. Let's see. What else we got? We got anything else I'm missing, JT, that we want to tell the people?
Maybe they could hit us up on our Twitter page or Instagram or any of our other social media networks and know what they think.
That's right. We're actually gonna put up a poll to see who you guys got in the finals this year. whether it be obviously the Warriors or the Raptors. So look out for that on the D Fino Flash Pod at D Fino Flash Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us up there. You can follow us on our individual accounts. I'm at Daddy Fino Bay. JT, say yours.
I'm at KIDX Flash XJT. The ats will be attached to this somewhere, wherever you're listening. So
that is true. Remember to like, comment, follow, retweet, subscribe, share, do whatever the fuck you got to do to give us some love. We appreciate you all. And just real quick, I want to give a shout out to my homegirl, Katiana, aka Lil Toki. She gave us a little gift earlier today for our show, and I really appreciate it. JT, you got any last words?
No. The NBA Finals are gonna be excited. Let us know what you guys think. If you think we're right, if we're wrong, maybe we'll talk about it later. We're excited. So catch that Aubrey halftime show. Aubrey.
I hate you. Anyway, this is the Daddy Fino Flash Podcast. I'm Daddy Fino. He's JT Flash. This is episode 4, the NBA Finals preview. We are out of here. Peace.